next step we're going to do on Jesse's build is the suspension. Most GM vehicles, or practically any vehicle, truth be told, is they have a certain sequence on how you need to do the torque. A common mistake people make is they'll go ahead and do all the torque specs on the suspension without the suspension being loaded. So if you have a factory service manual, aka the Bible, it gives you the whole process. Now what we have to do, you're going to need a torque wrench, and most importantly, because GM, you need a angle meter. So I'll explain that in just a second and then show you how we do it. All right, for example, which would be number 9 is 37 foot-pounds plus 90 degrees. So let's go ahead and knock that out. All right, and as you can see, cameraman Chase has already put the jack on it to simulate the vehicle weight. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go till we get our click. Click.
Oh, well, we're done now.
Click. Click. All right, so now we get to use this newfangled doohickey thingy-majig right here.
Are you country now?
I is.
You is? You
I
are.
is.
You
I
are.
Is, I is, so.
No, you are.
Clip on the socket.
Yay.
Now, Chase, you're going to have to watch the angle. See how it's got the dial?
Here, hold on.
See how it's got the dial around it? And it gives you the degrees.
Give me those.
So, you take this in and you clip it on the body, and that basically keeps this from rotating. And then you take your dial and you set it to whatever is going to be your 0, and then you add 90 or whatever it calls for. Like in this case, it requires 90 degrees. So, let's get this set up. All right, here we go. Still on 0, right?
Yes, we're kind of at 10 though.
All right, so then just go 100.
Go.
All right, ready?
Okay.
What's that at?
That's at 90. There's not 90. 100.
That's
Easy.
it?
Yep, right there.
All right, that is how you torque GM bolts on the Fiero when it calls for a torque spec plus a degree. This was 37 foot-pounds plus 90 degrees. All right, so that bolt's tight. Now we're going to do the inners. Oh, 41 foot-pounds. Oh, that's torque.
So what are we going to do?
Just let the jack down.
Flip it down?
Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do this one before you do it.
Oh.
So that one is number 8. 8 is 44 foot-pounds plus 90. And we are going to go number 8. So if you go over here to the list, number 8 is 44 foot-pounds plus 90 degrees. So transfer it over here to real life. And here is our lateral link. Actually, this would be a trailing link. I'm sorry. This is the trailing link. And there's the bolt we're going to tighten up, which was number 8, which is 44 foot-pounds plus 90 degrees. So let's go ahead and start swinging. And this is a 21 millimeter, in case you're wondering. All right. And of course, we still cut weight on the vehicle. You know what? It's funny how you have tools in your hands and they're right in front of your face and you don't see them.
Were you looking for that and it was on the car?
Yeah, that just happened. Mechanics understand.
As you can see, I'm not a mechanic, but I understand.
All right, there's our 44. That's 44 foot-pounds. Now where's our tool?
Yeah, there we go.
Where's our clippy degree tool? That I'm totally not sitting on, or it's actually under Chase is sitting on it. Haha. See, that's what you call instant karma.
How would it be instant karma?
That's instant karma.
How would it be karma?
Because you were laughing at me, thinking I was a doofus for doing that, and then you did it.
I don't laugh at you when you sit on stuff.
Okay, so now let's set this to 0. All right, see, here's the degree that we're on 0, and it's going to twist and go up, and right there's 90 degrees. All right, so you ready? So watch it.
To 90, right?
Yep, we're going to 90.
Stop.
That 90? It's not quite 90.
We're good. Good.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Oh!
You killed Jimmy!
You saved it. So there you go. Look at there. Right there on 90 degrees. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
You can pick these up at most part stores. I believe I ordered this one off of Amazon, and it was like, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks. It wasn't expensive that I can remember. So this one's tight. This one's tight. That one we assume is tight, but it is Jesse's car, so I don't know. All right, as I was saying, on Jesse's car, the 88, he has the Corvette rotors using the stock calipers, and that's the bracket for that. And you see, I like NTCs, unlike the last person that put this car together. And please don't step on the factory service manual. That's probably $300. And I've got one for the 87.
So a book's
as
worth
well.
more than me, right?
Please don't step on it. All right, so we need to take off the, hold the impact. Okay.
I thought you wanted it.
Here.
Hold on, I gotta get more slip.
You gotta get more what? What is it with you kids and trying to invent words? It's slack.
Slick.
Slick means no friction, smooth. You see what I put up with here? Kids these days.
I live with you. That should be enough.
All right, here you go. Zappy thingy on it.
Nice one there.
All right, so you might have to hold this with the other hand to keep it from spinning. All right, do your thing.
Right, you're not gonna.
Jesse, you see who's working on your car. How much you charge by the hour?
Wait. Why would it be me?
No, remember you're writing it down in the book to bill Jesse.
But
How
you
much
told
you charge?
me to do this.
Yeah, I know, but how much are you charging by the hour?
10, I believe.
Was it $10 or
Yeah.
15?
No, we shook on 10.
Okay, so $10 an hour. This is what Jesse's getting for $10 an hour. All right.
Why do you make me look so much like an idiot?
Huh?
Why do you make me look so
All
much
right, go ahead. Impacty thingy.
Come on! What is up with adults trying to make new words?
What are you doing?
I can't get it on there.
Zappy. Tight. Keep going. Good and tight.
Good and tight?
See, now it's tight. Now to the next one.
Do the next one?
Yep. You actually have to move the impact to do that one, though.
I just want to... Can I just hold it here?
No. You
But-
goober?
I can't get that on...
You were saying?
Shut up!
You were saying? Yeah, $10 an hour. Consider that.
There you go, Cap.
Keep going. It's not tight.
That is tight!
It's not. Run it down some more. I bet it spins.
Okay. Okay. See?
That was at least 15 to 20 more foot-pounds of torque. Okay, good. Good job. All right, we're not going to record doing the other side because you'd obviously get bored watching us do the same thing twice. He's stupid.
I'm not stupid! Oh, hey.
Hey, okay, welcome back. All right, so we've kind of hit a little roadblock on Jesse's build. He ordered the wrong size DEI heat sleeving. Now, of course, I was with him on Amazon. I was on the phone with him when I was looking on Amazon. And the sizing is very misleading because he ordered 3/8 and half, and I guarantee you they might fit a 14 gauge wire through them, maybe 12 gauge at most. So fuel lines, 3/8 fuel lines are not going to fit through them. So we're going to have to come up with another way to heat sleeve his fuel lines. Now, all right, so what do we have left on Jesse's car? We need to make an air intake. I picked up an air filter for him, which Chase, I'll have you go look at it in just a second. We need to run the fuel lines. We need to run a power wire from the starter up to the C500 junction and bleed his brakes and that kind of stuff, fill it up with fluids, but Jesse's car is practically done. All right, this is the filter that we picked up for Jesse's car. As you can see, it supports up to 470 horsepowers.
Powers?
Yeah.
And you complain that us kids make up new words.
Yes. So anyway, and I'm going to show you where this goes. So what we're going to do...
He's crazy.
We're going to mount his filter in here in the inner fender. So that's going to require us up here to make a custom hard pipe that comes around, snakes. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do that. Somewhere through here and down under there. So, yeah, that should be interesting to say the least. But as you can see, it's a mess. You know, I got some vacuum lines to still run, a couple of powers and grounds. But as you can see, she's practically done. Practically. Alrighty.
What a shot!
Alright, we are back on Jesse's car. We are on the home stretch. So what are we doing today? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going to install the 88 rear calipers, and I need to point out that this is, I think this used to be an 88 either base coupe or a GT, and no, it wasn't a GT, because Jesse put the fastback clip and arrow on it. So it was either a Formula or a base coupe, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. The important part is, the 88 brakes are using the Corvette brake rotors. These are pretty big. Obviously you need a hub center screen to center everything on there. Alright, so I'm going to finish bolting up these calipers, getting all the lines situated, the brake hoses and all that back on. What else are we going to be doing today, Shay?
We're going to be bleeding the brakes and inserting the fluids.
Oh, we need to put that exhaust on. We can start it without the rear half of the exhaust. Let's try to start it today and see if we got the wiring all right.
It just feels like it's in pieces, like so
This is
very.
because the car's a piece of shit. Love you, Jesse. No, I don't.
We're keeping that one in.
I hate this car.
Sooner or later we'll be out of this garage.
One of these days, Jesse's gonna start buying nice cars.
Probably not in this
Probably
century.
not.
No, probably not in this century.
All right, we need the big spring that goes right here for the brake line. I'm so glad we tagged and bagged these. No, is the little crush washer in there? Yes, it is.
Good.
I think his cables are all seized. All right, this side's on.
That's one. Now we need the other half.
All right, for the next step, we are going to bleed the brakes. It's real simple. All you need is lots of brake fluid. On this application with these calipers, the 10mm wrench. And what I like to use is an empty bottle, section of hose. Put this in on the bleeder screw on the caliper, and that way all the brake fluid goes in here. Then you can see when the bubbles stop coming out. So let's get. I've got Chase in the car. I'm going to have him pump up the brakes. I'm going to crack the bleeder screw. Tell him it's open. He's going to push it to the floor. And he's going to tell me floor. I'm going to close it, and we're going to wash, repeat about a bazillion times. So let's get this done. All right, Chase, go ahead and pump it up. All right, we're to the point of doing the fluid. Get the brakes semi-bled, and now we're going to top off the oil.
Yay! This will be fun.
Oh, it's going to be fun to change later. He's going to have a funnel with a hose. Now we can start doing antifreeze. Now when it comes to the antifreeze, I like to put in water first to see if it's going to leak. And then if it does, at least I didn't spill, $15 bottle of antifreeze all over the place, right?
Oh my god! There's a high spider's nest. No! That was like right below my mouth.
Alright, so we found a couple more leaks. Basically, it's a couple loose hose clamps. We didn't have a hose clamp over there on the passenger side. Radiator hose to hardline. And it looks like I've got a pinhole leak in one of the welds I did for making this custom pipe, so we'll have to sort that out. But I want to try to fill it up, see if we can find more leaks. All right, so last night, Jason and I were trying to finish up Jesse's car. We were going for the first start. So you saw us on camera. We bled the brakes. We started filling up the coolant system and all that. Really excited. She is like literally ready to start. Found a little leak, little pinhole leak on the weld right there. Little pinhole leak, no big deal. We can re-weld that. So we got all the fluids in here, and I had you have to fill the oil from back here. So I had the funnel in, and I was filling it up right here at this fill point, and I was like, man, I was telling my son, I was like, you know, Fieros have a massive capacity for their cooling system. I'm like, man, this seems like it's taking a long time to fill up, and it was making really weird, gurgly, drippy sounds that I haven't heard before. So I said, let's look under the car and make sure, you know, we know the one leak down there, but we had a hose clamp loose right there at the heater hose. No big deal. Fix that. So Chase looks under the car, and he's like, Dad, there's a massive oil leak. And I was like, what? So I looked under there, and sure enough, what we found was oil was coming back out of that. Now, that's really weird. Why would it do that? So it turns out when I stuck my finger in the hole, the oil felt really thin. So yeah, turns out this engine sat for about 8 years, untouched, exposed to the atmosphere. And in Virginia, it gets really cold in the winters. I'm assuming it's got a cracked block. I can't figure any other way the engine would fill up so quickly with water. So let me show you a little bit of the aftermath from last night. Yeah, that's oil and water. And this is after I hosed out the garage, because it all happened right here. So what we did is we threw on some wheels. We backed the car up. And, yeah. Can you see all that? Going down. That's all from Jesse's car. Really pisses me off because that is so bad. So bad. So now what? Well, if you remember, and I'll have to go back and look in some of the older videos, but I'm pretty sure I told Jesse he was crazy for taking out this running 4.9, which is high mileage, to install this low mileage 4.9 that had been setting for years and years and years, and we couldn't start it when it was in, if you remember that piece of shit yellow parts car. But you know, customer wants what they want. That's what I do. Here's what's really funny. Jesse has since sold this to a guy named Michael in Texas. And that's my next build coming up, is I'm doing this 4.9 into his, I believe it's an 86 GT. So I called Jesse, not happy. Told him he had two options. I can either set this piece of junk on fire, or he could come get it, because I'm over it. And if you guys remember, I have stated over and over and over, this is hands down the worst car ever from start to finish. It has fought me every step of the way. If it isn't stripped, if it isn't broken, if it isn't missing, if it isn't seized or rusted solid, something. A cracked block was icing on the cake. Basically, all the work I did was for nothing. So it's all got to come back out. The engine is going to have to be replaced. The 4.9 or the Elante stuff will have to be swapped onto his new engine. So that starts a whole new process. I was pretty angry last night, I'm not going to lie. And Jesse's a really good friend, and I feel bad that I was as angry with him as I was. But I don't like having to go back and do work all over again that I've already done. It's coming up on summer. My kids will be here. That's their time, not my time. So I don't know what's going to happen with this car, and if I can get to it anytime soon. Yeah, so the fate of this is still yet to be decided. Don't know what we're going to do. Comment below what you think we should do with it. Do we just replace the 4.9? Do we case swap it? 3800 supercharged. What do you think we should do? Comment below. You can help determine the fate of Jesse's hoop. But yeah, there's still some more oil, so I gotta clean the garage up real quick. I'll let you know what the fate of this car is gonna be in the next video. So, till then, thanks for watching. And don't think that I'm not looking through my video analytics. Most of my views are from non-subscribers, so if you like what you see here, please consider subscribing. You might get to see me set this car on fire. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.